Welcome back to the Arizona by Design channel, guys. Sorry, I was a little flopped that one a little bit. Flopped the intro. I am glad to be finally moved in to the new home, and I know some of you are probably wondering why didn't I shoot the move. And I'm just going to tell you right now, that was just too chaotic. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But as you can see, the house is a total mess, so please excuse that. We are getting settled after a week of being here. Essentially and basically in general, we do have everything where it's supposed to be. Obviously, you can see a bed in the bedroom there, in the master bedroom. The pool table where I was talking about putting it. And, you know, just kind of everything kind of just a mess. Got the TV up a few days ago, and I'm not sure if the couch is going to stay here, but the monster couch from the other house is here. And my painting is where it's supposed to be on that wall. And we got the fridge, which is an okay fridge. It wasn't the fridge that I wanted, but I wanted one of those big fridges with the giant, you know, iPads on it, but I didn't want to spend, you know, $3,000 or $4,000 on it. So I settled with that. And let me take you over here to the hallway so you guys can see that. You know, we have the paintings kind of set where they're gonna go up. We have this one, and then we have this one, and that one over there in the corner. So we're excited to get that stuff up. But everything else came together. A ton of boxes in this room. And that couch actually wasn't supposed to come with us, the movie couch. It was actually supposed to be sold, but we didn't sell it. We didn't want to get rid of it for what we didn't want to sell it for. So we're gonna hold on to it and try to sell it for at least a good amount of money, because that couch is not sitting in here. This is actually going to be an arcade room, an arcade slash. So we have a couple of arcades here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 1-Up arcades, but essentially a 1-Up arcade is an arcade machine that is not to full scale, it's a smaller version of an actual arcade cabinet. So I'm gonna be filling this wall with a bunch more of these. So that's gonna be fun. And then on this wall, oh, and we got ceiling fans for the kids' rooms. So they each picked out a ceiling fan. So, and I'll shoot us putting those up. I was kind of thinking of just making a video where I can kind of just shoot, you know, all the little upgrades that we do to the home and the big upgrades we do to the home. So on this wall, like I mentioned before, are going to be the arcade cabinets. And I was thinking about hiring a company to come in and do wall graphics, sorry, on the walls, getting rid of this couch. And then I have a huge VHS movie collection that should take up this entire wall here. So we're going to build shelves, and I'm going to be able to display what are in most of these boxes, which are DVDs and old school VHS tapes, because I have a huge VHS collection. So I am excited about this room. What I'm also going to be doing to this room is I am going to be putting in, if you can see this archway here, I'm going to be putting in glass doors. And what I want to do, the plan is to make this look like an old school VHS, like a Blockbuster old school video store. So it's going to be glass with the glass doors, and I'm going to be putting movie posters on those glass doors. For those of you that don't know, actually I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel, but I do have another YouTube channel where I talk about movies, mostly horror movies, because I'm a big horror movie buff. But this is good, and I also have a podcast, but this is going to be where we can play video games. I'm going to have my movies and stuff up, and we're going to be doing the podcast here. And like I said before, I'm going to be getting a glass door company to come in here and put glass doors in, and then really kind of make the front of this look like an old school video store. So that is going to be exciting. That is something for the future. Anyways, a few of the upgrades that we have done, let me get into that. We did not purchase the home with the handles on the cabinets, which saved us, I think, I want to say a little over $1,000. So we actually bought the handles from Amazon, and I can show them to you. Let me show you the the actual handles themselves. And this is a tool that was used to put the handles on. How you use this, I have no idea. My wife is an elf and she did all the work, I'm not even gonna lie. And we got these handles. Now, I think the reason that she, hold on, let me pop this open real quick. I think the reason that she went with these handles instead of ones from Home Depot per se, the ones from Home Depot were hollow. And what I mean by hollow is, I'll show you that in a second if I can get this open. So that's the handle right here. So on this side is what I mean by the ones from Home Depot were hollow. And these ones are solid. The ones from Amazon are solid, and these ones are actually were cheaper and were better quality. And for those of you who do shop on Amazon, you understand that. Yeah, you can find things that are better quality and less expensive on Amazon. So she went ahead and she worked her magic and she put them on the shelves. And I think they actually look very cool. Let me back up a little bit. They're not all done. She still has to do them on the bottom shelves, but you can see how wonderful they look. So good job, Melissa. Anyhow, so we did that. Here's some more shot of some of the handles, which look good. They look great. I like them. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And we also, okay, so we ordered some more stuff. And for those of you who have purchased a home and have upgraded your home, or you go to the design center and you can upgrade your home, we did opt for the 3 pendant option here, just above the kitchen island. And you can see the pendant lights there. Well, not the pendant lights, but you can see where they go. And these are the pendant lights. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do an unboxing of these so you guys can see what they look like. Let me take that off and let me go ahead and cut. Sorry, the video got cut off. Let me go ahead and cut this open and see if I can get you guys a good video with lights. And this is really going to be impossible to do with one hand. So let me go ahead and pop this open, guys. I'll be right back.
Few moments later.
Okay, I am back, guys, and these are the lights. Obviously you can't see them because they're wrapped in plastic, but I did take one out. And if you can imagine, there she is, what they're going to look like hanging from the ceiling.
I like it a lot.
There's one of them, one of the 3, and those should look cool. And if I don't like them, then we can return them and get different ones. But that's one of them. So let me go ahead and stick this back in the box. Yeah, they look pretty cool. We'll see what they look like hanging up. But yeah, I'll probably make a video of us doing those as well. So they should look good. They should be fine. So anyways, so we got the pendant lights for over the counter, and then we have another thing here for a living room fan. So we opted to get a very large living room fan to go there. And I believe it is 6 feet in diameter. So, and I believe it is dark, like a dark chocolate or a black fan. So that's gonna go there. So yes, we've already started to sort of buy little upgrades here and there. As far as some of the bigger upgrades, this back wall here is going to be painted, and we're going to be adding a fireplace. That back wall here is going to be accented as well. There will be some accents done to the entryway with some wood, and even some wood paneling in the ceiling. So yes, there will be lots of upgrades as far as paint, wood, wallpaper, and other finishes. So we are very excited to be here. Once again, I did not want to shoot the move because it was actually nice hiring people. And if you're thinking about hiring a moving company, okay, if you are thinking about hiring a moving company, it is definitely worth it. If you have the money to move yourself and your family, I would suggest you do it because you don't have to lift a finger for the most part, okay? We got a group of young guys. There was about 4 guys and 2 large trucks, like I said before in previous videos. Our house was about 4,500 square feet, so there was lots of stuff to be moved. We got 2 very large trucks and 4 young gentlemen to help us with the move, and it took about 10 or 11 hours, and it was not cheap. And I can tell you how much it cost to move us. It cost us, ready for the drum roll, 10 or 11 hours, about 10 or 11 hours to move us. And it cost us about $4,000 to move us from up the street. We're up the street about 3 miles away to move here. Now, I know most of you are saying, you know, screw that, I'm not gonna pay $4,000 to have me move. So unless you have a very large house with large furniture, you know, you might not have to pay $4,000. It might not take 10 or 11 hours. But everything is subjective. If you have the money and you would rather not mess with anything, I would say, hey, you know what? Go ahead and do it because it is worth the money. I tell you that much. And the fashion in which they did move us, I would never, ever lift a finger anytime in the future that we just do decide to move again. I will never, ever lift a finger because for the most part, it was pretty painless. So anyways, let's see, anything else? Oh, okay, before I do forget, we did go ahead and we did meet with a pool builder. And this pool builder, it's called Valley Pool Consultants and Construction LLC. And maybe when they start construction, I can start shooting that. Well, not maybe, I am gonna start shooting when they start building the pool here, but maybe I can have Steven come on camera and speak to him because he is the owner of two pool building companies. And the reason that we decided to go with this particular company was because they had done work for one of my wife's friends, and we had the opportunity to go and see their work at their house, and they built a fantastic pool, and they did a great job with landscaping. So after a couple of months, we decided to have him come here, and he was actually here a few days ago, and came out here, spoke to him, educated us on what he does. He's been building pools for 30 or 40 years. For those of you who have never built a pool, for those of you who have built a pool, the more information, the better. So if you guys are in the process, if you guys are in the process of looking for somebody to build your pool here in Arizona, if you continue to watch my channel, I'm going to be giving more information out on Steven's company and how it is so much cheaper than going through a very large pool building company, and how he helps to save and pass on the savings to the consumers like me. So he came out, we gave him an idea of what we wanted, and he was here for a couple hours. And yeah, so went back, and he's gonna be going in the laboratory, and it's gonna take about a week for him to come back with a proposal as far as an estimate. And then after that, he could start building, you know, within 4 or 5 weeks. So we're very excited about that. But I will definitely go into more detail about that, you guys, in future videos when I do get started. That way, I really want to blow up his business, and it'll help you guys if you guys are out there looking for a pool builder. Because I was definitely excited when he told me how much money I was going to be able to save going through him. So we are finally in the house, guys. We're super excited, and you know, I got my plants over here and some of this patio furniture that's actually not gonna stay here, but it's here for the time being. That carpet used to be in our living room. So we decided, you know what, we're gonna bring it outside and maybe use it a little bit before we get rid of it. So we are here in Litchfield Park, and we are, for the most part, happy with Pulte. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Pulte, but there were some issues with Pulte Mortgage that I can get into more detail in another video. I'm also going to be doing a video on some of the upgrades that we did go with, a more detailed video breakdown of some of the upgrades. So for those of you who are maybe in the market or looking to start building, you can kind of get an idea of how much some of these upgrades do cost. So yeah, that's something for the future. So anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. It is extremely hot out here. I'm glad to be back, and you will be seeing more videos from me. I do apologize for not being around, but I wanted to make this video and let you guys know that I am back, and I'm gonna continue to go and film new builds and give you guys some updated stuff about our own home and what we're doing with everything with that. All right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys, please turn on those notification bells. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, you guys. Tell me that you missed me, because it's great motivation. All right? I will see you in the next video.